Assalamualaikum. Just turn on your mic and say something.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Okay, good. Sharul Shanizam. Okay, thank you so much for that response. Okay, the others, if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to ask, you want to tell me, please unmute your mic first and then you can say something. Okay, so it's already 9:11. We have to wait for another 4 minutes before your other friends come in. We have only 4 students. We want to discuss the answers for for the trial papers. Okay, before we start, Sharul, can you read the prayers? Read the prayers.
Assalamualaikum. Al-Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم أحينا بالإيمان وأمتنا بالإيمان وأشرنا بالإيمان ودخلنا جنة مع الإيمان. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا. اللهم افتح لنا فتوح العارفين ورزقنا فهم النبيين وحفظ المرسلين وإلهام الملائكة المقربين. اللهم فقهنا في الدين وعلمنا التقويل. اللهم نور قلوبنا بنور الهداية كما نور الأرض بنور شمسك أبدا أبدا. اللهم اجعلنا من الناجحين والفائزين في كل امتحان يا الله في الدنيا والآخرة. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. Okay, thank you so much. We are going to start with summary. I'll just start. Okay, can you see the screen? Plus, can you see the screen? You can say yes. Okay, so here we are going to look at the question again. We look at question for this is Terengganu trial papers. Okay, we look at the question for paper 2 first, which is summary question. We'll discuss on summary. Okay, which one is paper? This is paper 2. Okay, if you look at summary questions, Sharunizam, read the question.
Based on the passage given, write a summary on the problem faced by Miracle, how she coped with her disabilities, and what she did to become successful. Credit will be given for us of onwards, but care must be taken not to change the original meaning. Your summary must be in continuous writing form. Use materials from lines 15 to 61, not be longer than 130 words, including the 10 words given below. Begin your summary as follows. On September 25, 2000, her ordeal began when she was. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, someone wants to go in. Okay, before you start writing summary, remember that you have to follow certain steps. Yeah, remember the rules. Steps. Number one, what is B? What is the meaning of B? Can somebody respond? What is B? What do you need to do before writing and during writing a summary? You have to follow BRUCE steps. The first one is B. It stands for
Box.
what is that? Box. Okay. You have to box the lines given here from line 15 until 61. If you look at the reading text, yeah, you look at the reading text, line 15 is here. Look at the right hand side, the numbers given on the right hand side are the number of lines 15 until 61. That means you only have to look for the content points within the box. Should be within the box. Shouldn't go beyond the box. Yeah. Okay. B is to box the lines. Um, R. What is R? You have to read. You read again all the lines given. As you read, you underline. You means underline the content points. C, after you underline, you copy all the content points. You copy on a different sheets of paper, and then try to combine the content points together. If it makes sense, try to combine them. Then after you combine, E stands for edit, right? Edit, which means that you have to edit the number of words, remove unnecessary words or extra words which are not needed. And then finally, after you're ready with your number of words, you draw the box in the here. You draw the box here, and then you fill in the words that you have just edited into the box. And the big box should contain 130 boxes. Then you fill in the boxes with words. Okay, those are the basics for summary. Okay, let's discuss the answer. I'm gonna show you the answer scheme for paper two. If you look at the answer scheme, all in all, we have 14 content points given. Each of these content point will carry 1 mark. What do you need to do? You should look for at least minimum of 10 content points to get the maximum marks, which is 10 marks. Okay, so I'm going to go directly to one of your friend's paper. Let's look at Fatin Naziha's paper. Okay, her summary is here. Hello, class. Can you see the summary? Yes, okay. Okay, thank you for the response. Okay, now let's look at Fatin Naziha's paper. For summary, we have to do 5 times of reading. The first one, the examiner will count the number of words. That's the first reading. After that, second reading is to look for the content points that you have. The third reading is to look for paraphrase text, whether or not you can paraphrase the content points using your own words. If you can paraphrase the content points using your own words without changing the original meaning, marks will be given for paraphrasing. After that, the fourth reading will be to look for the accuracy of your language, meaning we want to check your grammar. If your grammar is accurate, then we will do the fifth reading. The examiners will read 5 times. The fifth reading is to look for the type of sentences you have, whether or not you can produce compound sentences, complex sentences, and even compound complex sentences. That will be done in the fifth reading. Only if your grammar is accurate. If your grammar is not accurate, we will not do the fifth reading, right? Okay, so I will do the first reading here. How do you count the number of words? The word didn't is 2 words, because the word didn't comes from the word did not. So it means 2 words. 2 year with a hyphen is considered as 1 word. This is 1 word only because of the hyphen in between the two words here. It's considered as only 1 word. If it is without the hyphen, then 2 year will become 2 words. Understand that? The word wasn't is considered as 2 words because wasn't originally means was not. Same thing with weren't, were not. The proper nouns are counted individually, like the names of people, the names of places, even titles of books. They are counted individually. So meaning, so Archbishop Antonio Ledesma, these three will be counted as 3 words. Yeah. So that's why if you are referring to a person, try not to mention the names a few times. Try to replace the names of the person or the places with the correct pronouns. Yeah. For example, Archbishop Antonio Ledesma. It's a guy, right? So you replace the name with he in your summary. Okay, let's check the content points. Uh, I give you some time to read the content points. Okay, are you done reading? Plus, are you done reading? Have you finished reading? Just turn on your mic and say yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Who is that? Atika Najwa. Good. At least I'm not speaking to my laptop alone. Okay, thank you very much. So if you look at the questions again, based on the passage given, write a summary on number one, the problems faced by Marisol. What are the problems that she faced? This story is about a handicapped person. She's handicapped. She's without her hands. Then, what were the problems? Number one. Number two, how she coped with her disabilities. How did she solve her problem of being a disabled person? And what did she do to become a successful chef? So these are the content points that you should look for. And it's been given here already. Okay, now let's go to Fatin Naziha's essay. Gonna check one by one. Okay, before reading, wait. Let's check the number of words. Let's just consider that Fatin Naziha is honest with the numbers. So here she wrote 140 words. Remember, after 130 words, you will not look at the points that you have after that. So please do not exceed the word limit. So here, I'm going to just remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is um, the extra 10 words which we will not check. So you're just wasting your time to write extra 10 words. Okay, so let's just say the first reading is done. Can somebody volunteer to read?
Yeah, sir.
Can you read the essay, Adli?
Okay, sir.
Okay, start now.
To go. On September 25th, 2000, her ordeal began when she was going to draw water with her uncle at their farm.
Okay,
Along the way, they were attacked by 4 men.
okay, full stop. So
Full
here,
stop.
this is C1, right? She was attacked by 4 men. Gonna level as C1. Okay,
Okay, continue, sir.
continue.
The men killed Marisol's uncle, also slashed her on the neck too.
Flash her on the neck too. So that is content number 2.
Too.
Okay, continue.
She lost consciousness. Full stop.
He lost consciousness. Full stop. Continue.
She ran back home when she was sure the men were gone.
Okay,
Her hands were falling off.
her hands were falling off. So now we are looking for content 3, means which is lost her hands. Did you find
Yes,
did you find the content with the same meaning? She lost her hands.
her hands were falling off.
Okay, her hands were falling off. We don't know for sure yet whether she would lose her hands. So content number 3 is still not there. Continue.
Okay. She was carried to the hospital. Her
Okay.
hands could not be saved.
So did you get the content
Oh,
now? She
yes.
lost her hands. Here, right until this sentence, it carries the meaning of her losing her hands because her hands could
Yeah,
not be saved anymore. So this is
number three.
content number 3. Okay, continue.
Okay. She became trauma and she went through multiple therapy sessions.
Okay, so content number 4 is she was traumatized. So does it carry the same meaning? She became trauma. She was
Yes.
traumatized. Yes. So this is content 4. Content 5, she had financial constraints. meaning she had money problems, financial problems. So that's what we are looking for in content number 5. Okay, continue reading.
She coped her disability and returned to school. Maricel
Okay,
was
no.
arranged to live in the house.
Okay,
Marisa was arranged to live in the house that is for people with disabilities.
okay, stop there. There was no content 5. There was no content 6, classmates teasing. Content 7, she was totally dependent on her mother. It's not mentioned yet. It's not even there. Content number 8, learn to
Yes.
write. Was it mentioned? It's not
Also,
mentioned. No. She learned to do chores. Not even mentioned. She
not even mentioned
accepted.
here.
She accepted her disability. Got in terms with her disability, meaning she finally accepted that she has the disability. Did mention? Not yet. Okay, continue reading.
Not yet.
Continue reading.
She enrolled in a 2-year hotel and restaurant course.
Okay, that is content 11. Nah? Content 11. Continue.
In 2008, she graduated from the course and received a gold medal for arts and crafts.
There was no content 12. She didn't shy away from the attention. She joined cake decorating competition. It's not mentioned. Here we have only content 13. In 2008, she graduated from a course in hotel and restaurant management. She graduated from the course. This is not very complete. She graduated from the course. It's what kind of course? The restaurant course. It is not actually the restaurant course. It is hotel and restaurant management. So the content point has a different meaning. The meaning is changed already, right? This is
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
similar to
yeah.
content 13. If you look at the answer scheme, it says she graduated from a course in hotel and restaurant management, not from the restaurant course. If
Oh,
the examiner is a bit lenient, maybe you have a slight chance of getting this correct, but most probably you will lose content 13 because the meaning is changed.
change.
We only have how many content points? One, content two, three, four, five. Only five content points. So here I'm gonna write um, content 5/10. Let's look at the language. So we finish with first reading, counting the number of words. Second reading, looking for the content points in the summary. Third reading, we will do paraphrasing. Okay, paraphrasing. If you look at all the sentences, most of the sentences are from the text, right?
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
Not a single sentence is paraphrased. Overall, paraphrasing, I can give 2 marks. What about language? Okay,
Language.
let's read the essay again to check for grammatical errors.
On September 25, 2000, her ordeal began when she was going to draw water with her uncle at their farm.
Okay,
Ah, sama
continue.
Ustaz. Along the way, they were attacked by 4 men. The,
Okay,
uh, the men killed Miracle's uncle, also slashed her on the neck too.
okay, there is an omission. Omission meaning there is a missing word. There should be uncle and also slash on the neck too. Okay, continue.
She lost apa tu? She lost consciousness.
Okay,
She ran back home when she was sure the men were gone.
okay,
Her hands were falling off.
okay.
She was carried to the hospital. Her hands could not be saved. She became trauma and she went through multiple therapy seasons.
Sessions. Okay,
She
So here, the word trauma should be traumatized. Became
Trauma,
traumatized.
traumatized.
So underline trauma. Okay, next.
Maksudnya, she
Here.
coped her disability and returns to school.
Okay, what is the problem?
Cope. Cope.
Why is it a problem here?
It's not complete.
He coped
With her
with
Past
disability.
her disability, isn't it? So
Yes.
this should be in past tense, and you should have the word with. The word cope always goes together with the word with. He coped with a disability, meaning she dealt with a disability. Okay, continue.
Miracle was arranged to live in the house that is for people with disabilities. She
Okay,
enrolled in a 2-year hotel and restaurant course. In
okay,
2008, she graduated from the course and received a gold medal for arts and craft.
okay. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. So if you look at the essay, all in all, we have one, two, three, four. We have four grammatical mistakes. So basically, this is cannot say that the language is accurate. For the language, cannot give 4 or 5 marks for language. The highest I can give for language is
3.
5
5 marks.
divided by 2.
5 plus
Okay, divided by 2, right? So it will become 2.5.
2.5.
Okay, 2.5. So if you round the number, it become 3 marks. So content is 5, language is
3.
3 marks.
So
So the total marks for this summary is 8 out of
15.
10 marks. So that's why the biggest issue for the students is getting the content points correct. Because here you only have 5 content points. Let's imagine if you have full mark for content points, your marks could improve from 8 marks to how many marks? 13 marks, right?
13.
You can get 13 marks. Fatin Naziha, try to get all the content points correct because the content points given, the marking scheme, there are 14 content points. All you need to do is to just find minimum of 10. That's why you have to really understand the questions and the points that you should look for. Here you should look for the problems raised by Maricel. In your answer, you have lost content 5 up until content number 10. Meaning you have 5 missing content points in between here. Meaning content 5 up until 10. Okay, that means you have some problems with the problems faced by Maricel and how she coped with her disabilities. You lose some of the content points mostly in these the first 2 bullets. Yeah. So in the next practice or in the next trial papers, if you want to improve your marks on summary, improve on the content points marks. Fatin Naziha? Is Fatin Naziha here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think we are done with Fatin Naziha just for the summary part. I'm gonna save this.
Thank you,
Now
sir.
let's okay, welcome. Now let's check somebody else's paper. Whatever happens, even though it's COVID-19, you have no excuse not to do your responsibility as a student. I believe you have a lot of time at home and you have enough time to just finish these 2 papers. I gave you 1 week already, give you extra 1 day today. We continue with the next one. Shahda. Okay, Shahda. Okay, where is I need somebody to read. Shahda, can you read your own paper? Shahda?
Uh, on September
Okay, continue.
on September 25, 2000, her ordeal began when she was draw water with her uncle at their farm in a remote area of apa tu sir?
Zamboanga City.
Along the way, they were attacked by 4 men. Her uncle was
Okay, they were attacked
attacked.
by 4 men. This is content 1, right? Okay, but you have some spelling problems here. Fact, okay, because this is your first mistake for this for the word. We consider this as a slip. Yeah, we still give you 1 mark, right? But if this word carries a different meaning in English, you will lose your content 1. Okay, continue.
Her uncle was killed, and she also was slashed her neck and lost consciousness. She
Okay,
got
she
20.
was. Wait, can you slow down? Okay, she also was slashed her neck. She also was slashed her neck. Which one is slash? The neck or her? Because if you look at the sentence, the meaning is slightly different from the original meaning. Okay? She also was slashed. But then suddenly you say her neck. Okay, so we are not very sure whether to give you content 2. Because content 2 says she was slashed on her neck. You forgot to put the word on. So here the meaning is slightly different because you miss the word on. Right? Okay. Never mind, continue reading.
She got 25 stitches to cover the one in her neck.
Okay, do you get the content point 3? Lost her hands? Not yet.
Then she took rehabilitation and training center at Manila. She learned how to write and
Okay, she learned how to write. Okay, so here she took rehabilitation and training center at Manila. So you have to be very careful. If you look at your sentence, she took rehabilitation and training center. How did she take the whole rehabilitation and training center? She took it. What do you mean? What is the original sentence? Okay, so you have to be very careful. Try not to change the meaning of the original sentence. If you change the meaning, you will risk losing your content point. The only content point we have here is she took up 2-year hotel and restaurant course. That's the only thing that she took. She didn't take the rehabilitation and training center, but she took the course. That's what you mean. But the meaning is changed, therefore you lose content 11. But here, she learned how to write. That is content 8. She learned how to write. She learned how to write and
after that she graduated from high school and enrolled in a 2-year hotel and restaurant.
okay. After that, she graduated from high school and enrolled in a 2-year hotel and restaurant. He didn't enroll in a hotel and restaurant, but she enrolled in the course. So you miss the whole content point here. You can also say she enrolled in the course in a 2-year course of hotel and restaurant management. Okay, but the word management and the word course are missing. That's why the content point is also lost. So be very careful. Do not skip the words when you copy. Try not to skip the important words that you need to include in the content point because that will make you lose your content point. Then you still got content 9 here. This is content 9. She learned to do chores with her disabilities. Next.
Next, she graduated from a course in hotel and restaurant management and received a gold medal for arts and craft. Finally, she became a successful person and being a chef without hands.
Okay, content 13. You got content 13. She graduated from a course in hotel and restaurant management. This is content 13. So you got the whole thing correct here. You didn't skip any words. So this is content 13. And the final content, she finished her education to be a chef. You didn't mention anything about her finishing her education. Those are all your content points. 128 words, 2 words away from the word limit. So this is just nice. Okay, so we count the total content points. You have C1, C8. So that means you lose content 2 until content 7. C1, C8, 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks. Content, content, you got 4 marks. Now, Atika Najwa, can you please continue reading for the third time? Tika?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, we will check grammar for the third reading. Okay, continue.
Then on September 25, 2000, her ordeal began when she was underwater with her uncle at their farm in a remote area of Zambangonga City, Mindonia. Along the way,
Mindanao actually. Okay, then
they were they were attacked by 4 men. Her uncle was killed and she also was slashed her neck and lost consciousness. She got 25 stitches to cover the wound in her neck. Then she took rehabilitation and training center at Manila. She learned how to write and do chores with her disabilities. After that, she graduated from high school and enrolled in a 2-year hotel and restaurant. Next, next, she graduated from a course in hotel and restaurant management and received a gold medal for arts and crafts. Finally, she became a successful person and being a chef without hands.
okay, thank you very much. So paraphrasing, I can give maximum 2 marks. Language, because you have at this. So try to minimize the errors. Shada, when you write, please copy the words carefully. Copy them directly from the text. Like this one, you have similar words from the text. Just copy without making any careless mistake like this. Attacked, ATTACKED, right? Not TD. You have to double check your summary for spelling errors, because spelling errors will bring down a lot of your marks for language, and it will also risk you losing your content point, because the meaning is slightly changed because the spelling is not correct, or you have omission of words, you have skipped some of the words, that's why you lose the original meaning. So all in all, I cannot say this is an accurate grammar because of the mistakes, spelling, and so on. Yeah, mistakes of spelling as well. Management, you miss your E. Double check on your summary. Try to copy exactly from the text. Make sure the spelling is correct. That's number one. Number two, do not skip any words that carry important meaning for your content points. Okay, so the language, I cannot give you even 3 marks. 3 marks mean it is understandable. I don't have problems understanding the summary. Now, if you look at this, she also was slashed her neck. We have problems reading. We don't really understand which one is slashed. Was it her or was it her neck? So when you have that kind of problem, language cannot be given 3 marks out of 5. Maximum I can give 2 when you have unclear meaning of words. Okay, so total marks of Language is 4 divided by 2. So what is the total? Total is 2 marks. Okay. So language here, you get 2 marks only. So the total marks for your summary is 6. So you still need to do a lot of practice. That's why this discussion is very important. Okay, so that is all for today. Thank you for participating for today's GM. We managed to talk about only summary. Maybe next week we will talk about something else. But for your papers, try to finish by today, before 12 o'clock tonight. Send to me through your Telegram. Okay? Pay serious attention in your study. Be responsible. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Any questions?
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, sir.
No.
Okay, you can leave the meeting. Thank you. Okay?
Okay,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Okay, assalamualaikum.
Salam.